Guys, Victor here with a brand new video. Tomorrow is fight night. Yes, UFC Fight Night in Vegas once again. Obviously, I'm here to talk about the main event. Derrick Lewis, the Black Beast versus Razor Curtis Blaydes. Obviously, this is a very attractive matchup. This is a matchup that we've all been wanting to see for a very, very long time now. It was postponed a couple of times due to COVID-19, but they have officially weighed in. Both fighters made weight, and they are officially ready to go for tomorrow. Obviously, there is a lot of controversy when it comes to tomorrow's fight night because four fighters missed weight. Caitlin Vieira missed weight by 2 pounds. Drago Rodriguez missed weight by 4.5 pounds. Jared Gordon missed weight by 4 pounds. And then you got Rafael Alves that missed weight by 11.5 pounds. Making history for the fighter that's missed the most amount of weight in a fight. Holy smokes, that's just ridiculous. It's just sad, and I don't even think he tried at all. I think the guy probably went to a Wendy's or Burger King or whatever and said, all right, I feel pretty good, but I'm not going to lose this weight because I just don't feel like it. Obviously, that must have been the situation there, if not probably close to it, but that is a shame. A lot of fighters missed weight. The majority of these fighters are expected to give out 20 to 30% of their fight purses to their opponent as a result of missing weight. That is a consequence. When Israel Adesanya defeated Paulo Costa just a couple months ago, he went to Dana White and gave him the ultimatum, basically gave him an option, telling him whoever misses weight, for every fighter that misses weight, they should be giving 80% of their purse. Not 20, not 30, 80% of their purse to their opponent for missing weight. Because 20 to 30% is absolutely nothing. I agree with that. If fighters know that they're not going to make weight and they know they're going to give up 80% of their purses to their opponent, then they're never going to miss weight ever again. Or they're just going to forfeit and not fight because they're basically fighting for free. They will basically not make any money whatsoever, despite other factors that go in there as well when it comes to sponsorships and everything like that. But no one's going to want to lose 80% of their purse. So hopefully that can definitely happen in the future. Dana White will try to talk with all the different athletic commissions around the United States of America, also different athletic commissions all around the world as well, to be able to implement this strategy because we've absolutely had it. The opponents have had it. The fighters have had it. No one should be missing weight. It's unprofessional, and there's just no explanation for it. Obviously, there's a lot of fighters have gone in here during this pandemic era to fight, and they've made weight. Plenty of fighters have made weight in Abu Dhabi and here in Vegas as well in the United States. So there's no explanation for it, you know? And there's no ifs, ands, or buts. You got to make weight no matter what. But I'm here to talk about the main event. Derrick Lewis, who is 24-7 in his career, versus Curtis Blaydes, who's 14-2. Both these fighters have 2-fight win streaks going into tomorrow night. Obviously, Derrick Lewis had a successful 2020 by beating Ilir Latifi in February of 2020, and then towards the end of the year, he TKO'd Alexei Oleinik in the second or third round. You also have Razor Blaydes, Curtis himself. He in the beginning of the year, he beat Junior Dos Santos by TKO in the second round or the first round. It was round 1 or 2, and then after that, towards the end of the year, he beat Alexander Volkov, basically utilizing his wrestling, utilizing his ground and pound. So both these fighters are coming in here, and someone's going to put another L, and someone's going to put another W on their record come tomorrow. This fight was supposed to happen multiple times, like I said, but it got scratched because of COVID. But both fighters are ready to go. They're chomping at the bits to finally get back in there because there are title implications that are on the line for both of these fighters. Because there is a title fight that will be going down next month. Got Francis Ngannou versus Stipe Miocic number 2. And whoever wins that fight is definitely most likely probably going to fight the winner of this fight. Obviously, Derrick Lewis did have a crack at the title against Daniel Cormier. He was basically ousted in the first round and wasn't even close whatsoever. So he wants to get back in there again and make a case for himself. Obviously, Derrick Lewis' last loss was against Junior Dos Santos. He's come back with events as a 2-fight win streak. And then Curtis Blaydes, his last loss was a first-round TKO loss against Francis Ngannou, who beat him the first time they fought by medical stoppage. So obviously, the two losses in Curtis Blaydes' career is against Francis Ngannou, which are basically two quality losses unless you get knocked out in the first round or just get knocked out in general, which is what happened to him the first two times. But obviously, both these fighters are exceptional fighters in their own right. If I got to give some advantages out there, obviously the power is going to go to Derrick Lewis. The experience is going to go to Derrick Lewis as well. The wrestling is going to go to Curtis Blaydes. And the speed is also going to go to Curtis Blaydes as well. Derrick Lewis is not known for being a fast guy. He's known for being a slow and powerful guy, and he likes to pick his shots. Curtis Blaydes is definitely a smarter fighter as well because he likes to utilize his wrestling. He likes to utilize his ground and pound. He likes to get people tired inside the octagon, and he likes to put people out as fast as he possibly can or as slow as he possibly can, which is usually the case. But obviously, both of these guys want to go in there and get out of there as fast as they possibly can, but I just don't think that's going to be the case. Derrick Lewis in the past has had a problem with wrestling. He's been taken down plenty of times easily. He was taken down against... Who was he taken down against? Tabora. He was taken down against Tabora a couple times. He was able to get back up and knock him out. He was taken down against Blagoy Ivanov a couple times as well. He found himself in some pretty nasty positions with the jiu-jitsu, but he was able to get out of there himself. Like I said, Derrick Lewis, his ground game isn't the best, but he's got some pretty good Brazilian jiu-jitsu defense. So obviously, if you take him down, don't expect to submit him that easily unless you're Daniel Cormier. But for Derrick Lewis, he's not going to go in there to try to submit people. That's not what he's known for. He's known for his wrestling. He's known for his ground and pound. And then if he has to do it on the feet, he's going to do it on the feet as well. He knocked out Junior Dos Santos on the feet. So obviously, he has power as well, but it's not the type of power that Derrick Lewis has. He's known for putting people out there in emphatic fashion. But if there are more pros that I gotta give out there as well for Curtis Blaydes, is that he likes to use his pressure. Pressure is definitely going to be the name of the game. If he has you against the fence, if he has you on the ground, he's going to pressure you no matter what, trying to make you commit those mistakes. Also, he's going to play mind games with you. He's going to set up those takedowns no matter what. So if I'm Derrick Lewis, you're going to want to sprawl as fast as you possibly can. Put everything you have into those hips and just sink him into the face of Curtis Blaydes. That way, kind of smothering him a little bit, and he'll back off of the takedown attempts. If you're Derrick Lewis, you're going to want to put in pressure a little bit. You want to be as close to Curtis Blaydes as possible, because if you're close to him, he won't be able to level change, and they'll be able to prevent the takedown attempts to begin with. If you're Curtis Blaydes, you're going to want to circle around and keep your movement, because like I said, he has the speed advantage. The more he moves, the better opportunities he has to be able to throw some shots in there. If you ask me where this fight is going to go, it's definitely going to end up in the ground. I think it's going to be in the ground for all 3 rounds. I don't think Curtis Blaydes is going to get Derrick Lewis out there, but I think he's going to have him mounted on the ground. But Derrick is known for getting up on his feet pretty easily, even though he's had heavy bodies on top of him before. But if there's one place that Curtis Blaydes wants this fight to be, is going to have to be on the floor. We saw it against Alexander Volkov in this last fight. He had him on the floor, but he got tired. That was the problem. Just taking Alexander Volkanovski down over and over and over. I believe he had about maybe close to 10 takedowns in that whole entire fight. But you could see the fatigue on his face, on his body. And whenever Alexander Volkov got back up, he was teeing off on Curtis Blaydes. And Curtis was eating him, and he was hurt at one point during that fight. If Alexander Volkov's wrestling defense and his ground game was actually good, then he would have obliterated Curtis Blaydes during that fight. So obviously there's a huge disadvantage on the feet, and Derrick Lewis is going to want to keep it on there. It's a classic wrestler versus striker matchup, and there's a high possibility, I say 80%, I'll bring that down to 70, so 70-80%, that Curtis Blaydes is going to put this to the ground the majority of the fight, unless Derrick Lewis can be able to get back up and tee off on him, which is a huge possibility as well. If you ask me who I think is going to win this, I think it's going to be Curtis Blaydes. I think his intelligence, his speed, his wrestling, and just his pressure is just going to be way too much for Derrick Lewis. And Derrick Lewis, his best shot is on the feet as well. So I'm going to say that Curtis Blaydes is going to win this fight via unanimous decision. I don't think he has what it takes to get Derrick Lewis out of there. Derrick Lewis has been TKO'd in the past. He got TKO'd against Junior Dos Santos. He got TKO'd against Mark Hunt. So obviously, there have been guys in the past to get Derrick Lewis out of there, but he is no easy out by any means necessary. But like I said, I'm going with Razor Curtis Blaydes. Unanimous decision. I have him winning 4 out of the 5 rounds. I'll give 1 round to Derrick Lewis. I love Derrick Lewis, but this is just a huge, mountain that he's going to have to climb, because Curtis Blaydes is the real deal. He's no joke. The only guy he's ever lost to is Francis Ngannou. He hasn't lost to anybody else, and it's time for Curtis Blaydes to get a title shot in the future. His fighting style may not be exciting the majority of times, but he has what it takes to be a future champion. And he's going to get that win tomorrow, and he's going to move up the rankings. And his next fight after the win tomorrow will most likely be for the title against the winner of Francis Ngannou and Stipe Miocic. But if the winner is Francis Ngannou, then he's most likely not going to get that next title shot. It's going to be John Jones, the leapfrog, over every single person in that heavyweight division to get that title fight. But that's pretty much it that I have for this video. Obviously, multiple fighters missed weight, which was a disaster. We'll see what happens. Some fights are most likely going to get canceled. Some fights are going to get rebooked. Or some people might be called on in 24 hours notice to fly out to Las Vegas and fight and lose all the weight and everything like that. Actually, no. Actually, that's not even possible, because all the fighters have already waited to begin with. So some fights are going to have to be rebooked or canceled for tomorrow. But hopefully not too many of them, because like I said, this is a 15 fight card in total. And there are a lot of fighters that are depending on fighting, not just for themselves, but for their families, for their income, and for their financial situations back home. So hopefully everything all goes well. I appreciate you guys for watching this video. If you guys want me to do anything else in the future, just comment down below in the comment section, like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and I will see you guys later. God bless, Godspeed, stay safe, and stay blessed.